Hi, today we are going to check if else condition and how it is going to work in Python. So for that we are having a flowchart here. So how it is going to work, let's understand through this flowchart. First of all, we are going to check one condition. If that condition is true and it is yes, it is true, then we are going to execute that block and we are going to out of that but if else block. If that condition is false, then we are going to check next condition. If yes, it is true, then execute. If not, then again we are going to check another condition. So this is the flow chart and this is the basic concept. So how we are going to work on the Python. Okay, so for that one, I created if else condition Python class, and here let's start do some coding. So create a variable mark and take input from the keyboard. Write down please enter the mark of student. Okay, and basically this is a string one. Look, it is saying string one, but mark there is a integer value, so I will going to convert the string into integer, that is data type conversion. Okay, now let's check first condition. Okay, this is the first condition. Okay, the first condition mark, okay, mark is greater than 60. Okay, so if this condition is true, the block is going to execute. So how could I write down? Great, you got first division. Congratulations. Okay, and here I'm going to insert an emoji. Okay, so done. Now once if this condition is true, this is going to be execute, and then if else condition, and finally you are going out of this completely block. Okay, so how can I check that we are getting out of the block? So print, better I will print here print if you scored mark. Okay, you scored mark, then print mark is declared. Okay, and give a thumbs up here. Okay, done. Now let's execute this test in interactive window. Okay, so what is enter the mark? Sorry, let's execute. Run in interactive window, current file. Okay, please enter the mark of student. I'm entering 67. Okay, now enter. So you scored 67. Age, the 67 is greater than 60. So this condition is true, right? So this condition is true. So it is going to print great. You got first division. Congratulations. And it is getting out of the block and printing the last statement. Mark is declared. Now let's try to give less mark, less than 60. Okay, please enter the mark of the student. So here I'm going to enter 56 and enter. You scored 56. As 56 is less than 60, so this condition is false and it is getting out of this if else condition, and whatever the last one that is out of the block, if else block, that is going to print. So you scored 56, mark is declared. So okay, now here if that condition is false. Look, if this condition is false, not true, then I'm going to check another condition. Okay, so let's go to another condition, elif. For that one I'm using elif, else if, elif mark. Okay, let it be greater than equal to, okay, mark greater than equal to 50. So here I'm going to print you secured second division. Okay, so second division, whoever going to get right little bit, he's going to set. So this is the set. Okay, now if he or she got 45, so then this condition is also going to false, right? Okay, then what, another condition, elif mark greater than equal to 35, then print you got third division. And here he is very set, or he or she is going to very set, very much set. Okay, okay, now let this condition is also going to false. If he or she scored 20, then by default else condition, this is a default condition here. Look, execute else block, this is the default block of code. Look here, else block of code, if none of the above condition are true, if nothing is going to true, then by default it is going to print. Okay, that is the else block. If nothing is, that is by default last block. Then here print, sorry, you are not passed. Okay, and he is crying, right? Because he or she is not passed. Okay, now check, run, we'll check all the conditions. Okay, please enter the mark of the student. First of all, let's check he or she scored 32. Enter. You scored 32, sorry, you are not passed, mark is declared. Okay, now check if she scored 53. Okay, you scored 53, you secured second division, mark is declared. Okay, so this is the way how you are going to do if else, that is if condition, elif condition, else condition. So multiple if else condition we are tried here. Okay, now we are going to make another kind of if else condition. Let's delete all this. Okay, we'll then another approach. Let's take a variable age, and age is integer. Okay, and we'll take the input from the keyboard. Please enter your age. Okay, we entered the age. Now print you enter your age. We're going to print. Okay, so here the variable age, and I've declared a function. Okay, now I'm giving a condition. If age is greater than equals to 18, okay, then information, I'm declaring a variable information. What information? You are eligible for voting. Okay, so the person is eligible for voting. Okay, and he is very happy. Okay, he is very happy. Cool. Okay, done. Now if he or she is not more than 18 or 18, then what will be happen? Here another interesting, in else block you are going to declare another if else block. Okay, now make it more fancy way. Okay, years equals to 18 minus age. Okay, that means if it is if the person having 17 years of age or 16 years old, okay, then what is the age gap? 18 minus 16, 2. So she or he should wait for 2 years to get eligible for voting, right? So for that one I have this kind of a condition here. So if years equals to 1, so if the gap is 1, then if true, so information equals to f sorry, you have to wait for this, that is 1 year, 1 year to get eligible. Okay, and here let's give a thumbs up. And else if it is uh, not equal to 1, then so here copy this one, completely copy this and print here, and simply change it to year to years, because it's 1 year and it is multiple years, right? Okay, now how to print this information? So we are getting out of the if else block. So if block is finished here, okay, print simple information. Okay, now let's save this one and run in the interactive window. Okay, okay, please enter your age. Okay, my age is 24, let it be. Okay, so you enter your age 24, you are eligible for voting. Okay, now let's try for another one. Okay, now try to run current in window. Okay, please enter your age. My age is 11, so you enter 11. Okay, sorry, you have to wait for 7 years to get eligible. Okay, 7 years. And if I run the window again, your age is, let it 17, 17. So your age is 17, sorry, you have to wait 1 year. Okay, so this one is painted, first one, because the year is 1 year gap, right? So this much, got it? Look, sorry, you have to wait for 7 years, and here, sorry, you have to wait for 1 year. So in this way also we are going to give a proper information of anyone. Okay, so this is another kind of else, if else block. So I showed you two different kind of if else conditions and the programs. Okay, thank you guys, thank you.